Hello, 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 citizens of the Writers Corner podcast. This is your host, author Anthony Avina. Welcome to episode 61 of the Writers Corner podcast. Today we are going to be discussing childhood events and how they made me into a writer. I thought it'd be kind of fun and interesting to kind of look at the origin story almost of author Anthony Avina, how I fell in love with storytelling. And I saw this prompt from another YouTuber that I like to watch, Amy Shimatower, who is a marketing expert, and she had this list of prompts for writers. So I thought I'd discuss it, and this is actually relevant because this is something I was talking about recently with some family members. So, my passion for storytelling actually began when I was very, very young. I always liked and enjoyed playing with action figures, but I really got into it when I was around 6 or 7. And you think, that's pretty basic. Most kids play with action figures. But I didn't just play with them. I came up with some of the most elaborate stories that you could possibly think of. I would create entire worlds. I would, have action figures from several different properties. I had Power Rangers when I was growing up from the original show. I had superheroes, all sorts of fun stuff. And I would create these fantastic worlds that could probably be considered fan fiction nowadays. And I would combine all these characters, Power Rangers, superheroes, didn't matter. I even had Disney action figures. You guys remember the old show, whatchamacallit, Darkwing Duck? I used to have action figures from that show. I would use all of them, it wouldn't matter. And I would tell these stories. I would tell stories of all these different characters crossing over into each other's worlds. And I would tell stories of, ancient wars, fighting between themselves, and heroes becoming villains, villains becoming heroes. It didn't matter. It was all up for grabs. If I ever broke one of my action figures, I would try and piece it back together using whatever I had. Usually, at that time, I was obsessed with, Play-Doh for some reason. And I would make up these stories about how they lost, their limb in a war and then had to reattach it. I was coming up with these pretty elaborate storylines for a 6 or 7-year-old. As I got older, I started looking at whatchamacallit. I used to play with my sister when she got older, and she had her little doll collection. I had my action figures, and we'd create these huge elaborate stories together. And when you think about it, it may seem pretty simple, but it really is a creative outlet as a child. Playing with action figures or with dolls, whatever you preferred to play with as a child, didn't matter what your gender was or anything, whatever you liked playing with, those can be one of the most purest forms of creative outlets that a kid could have. And I had it. I had so much fun creating those stories. And I still have those action figures today. They really were my earliest forms of storytelling. I couldn't remember for the life of me most of them, but I remember, spending hours upon hours just coming up with these huge backstories and character developments that, when you think about them now, you're like, why would a kid need to come up with a backstory for an action figure? Most kids just throw their toys against each other and that's it. But yeah, I loved creating stories. And then you go from 6 or 7 years old to my teenage years. And when I was a teenager, one of the classes that really pushed me into writing itself was creative writing. I had a creative writing class with a teacher. I probably have spoken about this in a previous podcast or a previous video on YouTube. But I had a teacher. I don't want to give away his name in case he wants to be anonymous. Let's call him Mr. Smith, just for the heck of it. Mr. Smith taught creative writing in my sophomore year, I believe. And he was kind of like me. He was, into superheroes. He, was very soft spoken, very shy at times, but he had a passion for writing, and he made me feel like he recognized that in myself, like he saw something in me, and he pushed my passion for storytelling. He related to me and my love of not just superheroes, but of my love for Stephen King, and he asked me, is that the kind of story you'd want to write if you were a writer? And I said, yeah, and he said, prove it. And I wrote one of my first stories that you can actually read if you buy it on Amazon. I published it as it was. It was not the best written story, but it was my first foray into storytelling. It's called Following the Dark, and it was a ghost kind of story, a haunted story. And it took place on a beach on the East Coast, and it was a lot of fun. And I got an A for it. It wasn't grammar wasn't perfect. It wasn't like the most amazing story ever written, but it showed my creative side. And after after I finished that class, I passed that class. It really proved to me that I had a knack for it. I'm not, sitting here ringing my own bell here. I'm not saying I'm a perfect writer. I'm not saying I'm the best writer. I have many, many years of writing to go, and I think that the best writers are the ones who are always learning. And I have a lot to learn still. But I think that over the years I've gotten better, and my passion for writing has never, diminished at all. And I think it's because I've always had it there. And I think it was very evident when I was a child playing with those action figures and just developing those huge storylines that I really, really fell in love with it. And then when I took this class, when I took creative writing as a teenager, really was the perfect outlet for writing. And it showed me the power that words have. Words can do anything, really. They're what shaped the world, and my love for storytelling has not stopped but grown over the years, and I'm so thankful and happy for that. So, there you guys go. Those were the childhood events that made me a writer. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Before I go, if you guys are watching this video, this audio video on YouTube, I want to let you guys know that as you're listening to this, if you're listening to this the day I upload it, which is going to be Wednesday, it is it is November 30th. Starting tomorrow, which is December 1st, Avina Vlogs is going to have a video every single day on YouTube. It's Vlogmas 2016. Now, instead of doing daily video vlogs, or video blogs, pretty much filming my day-to-day life, I'm going to change it up a little bit. I will have daily vlogs at some points. Like the first day will probably be a daily vlog. And those are going to be quick, simple vlogs that I use on my phone, and just for fun. However, I am going to have more organized videos as well. Like this Friday, I'll have my October book wrap-up, and my October and November book wrap-up, I should say, my December TBR. I'll also have tag videos. I'll do top 5 and top 10 list videos. I'm going to have a Christmas wrapping party at one point where I wrap some of the gifts I got for family and friends, and my pets. And I have a really fun video that I plan on filming that involves conspiracy theories. I have a video I want to do called My Christmas Carol, where I look at the past, present, and future of Avina Vlogs and myself, author Anthony Avina. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So it won't be just, regular daily vlogs every single day, because honestly, I don't go enough places to warrant that. Maybe, next year I'll be able to do something like that. But for now, this year, this is the plan. There will be daily vlogs. There will also be tag videos. There will be book wrap-ups, conspiracy videos, reaction videos, top 10, top 5 list videos, all sorts of fun, every single day in December. So I hope you guys will enjoy that. That is the plan. So look forward to that starting tomorrow, December 1st. Vlogmas 2016 on Avina Vlogs. Be there. Alright guys, that is it. Thank you for watching this week's episode of the Writer's Corner podcast. If you watch this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a big thumbs up, like this video, comment on it, favorite it, and share it. If you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button. It'd mean the world to me if you did. And click the eye in the sky for today's recommended videos playlist some more. Anytime you guys watch my videos or hit that subscribe button or give it a like, it means the world to me. It makes me feel better and happy and all that good stuff. So please help support the channel, and definitely leave your comments because I do read them and I will be happy to feature them in a video. Especially during Vlogmas, I can feature a lot of your guys' comments during the vlogs and the videos. So if you're listening to this on SoundCloud or iTunes, thanks so much for listening. If you guys liked our podcast, please subscribe. It'd mean the world to me if you did listen to it on SoundCloud or iTunes. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, opinions on what could be improved upon, please make sure you leave a review on the podcast and share this track. It means the world to me. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you next week for a brand new episode of the Writer's Corner podcast. This is your host, author Anthony Avina, signing out. Long days and pleasant nights, my friends.